Hey flower friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about when should we cut these beautiful dahlias, why do they have bags on them, and should we do this thing called disbudding? I don't know, let's find out. So the first thing we're going to talk about is our scissors. Whatever garden snips you want to use, just make sure that you soak them in a bleach water mixture that's 10% bleach and the rest of it's water for 2 minutes. There are bad insects out there that have disease and viruses, and they can transfer them to plant. So you want to make sure that your scissors are clean, because it essentially is like a bite to the stem, and you don't want to transfer that to other plants. So you want to make sure that you're careful first with that. The second thing is, why do I have all these organza bags all over my blooms? And that is another way to fight the bugs. The time you spent getting these dahlias growing into perfection is way too much time, right? So I want to make sure that I'm taking the extra precaution to make sure that the bugs are not eating my petals or biting it right at the start of the bloom and making the bloom distorted. So let's dive in deep. Before I even cut my bloom, I'm disbudding it before the petals come out. Let's talk about disbudding first. So let's start off with this one right here. You can see it has one leaf up here and then another set right here. And these two things on either side is where we're going to disbud. It's best to do it in the morning. We take our hand and we grab it and we pull it down. We don't need to snip it or anything, and this right here will come off. Again, pull it off. You can go down 1 set of leaves, 2 set of leaves, or 3 set of leaves. That's up to you. You'll find out different kind of dahlias need to be disbudded further down. Another example right here. This one is coming in right here. These are so tiny. And I'm just gonna pull those off. The next round is right here, and we're going to take it and pull it straight down. And I'm going to go down a third one. You see this? I'm just pulling it straight down. We do both sides. Alright, here we are at another dahlia. This one's KA's Desert Rose. Let me pull this off so you can see better. Sometimes the strings on these bags get wrapped around the stem, which makes it tricky. And when I'm not using my organza bag, I put it on one of my stakes. And this one you can clearly see that I've disbudded, and I missed part of the stem on this side, so I'm just going to yank it a little bit more. Here's the second set of leaves, and it's been disbudded, but I accidentally left some of that part. And then the third set's coming, and I'm actually going to disbud the third set, because this one I'm going to use for a longer stem, and in case I want the leaves, I don't want side shoots. So I'm going to take this and pull it down. Well, that one was a little bit difficult, wasn't it? You can see this plant has been disbudded at several stages, and let's see if we can scroll down. I have been stripping off the bottom leaves on the bed, and that is just to help the plant not have so many bugs climb up it to get to the bloom. That I have some things in the dahlia beds that are not dahlias. They're sunflowers. So I had some failures in a couple holes where the dahlia tuber rotted because I had so much rain. And so instead of, well, at this time it was late June, I didn't have another dahlia to put in the ground to replace it, but I replaced it with sunflowers. And what sunflowers are going to do for me is to keep the land working in the soil, and it's also going to attract birds. So once this buds, I'm going to pull in birds from outside, and they're going to eat the sunflower seeds, obviously, but they're also going to eat any kind of cucumber beetles, other kind of bugs, little tiny bugs that are a nuisance to me that might cause disease and virus. So next time you have a hole and you're out of time, plant a sunflower. Back to cutting. This is Cozy Town Gale. So I'm going to carefully remove my bag. Looks like I have some string wrapped around it. And then I'm going to look at my center. It's still good. We're just barely ready to open up. And I'm going to think about my vase again. And I'm going to cut down to what I think would be a good stem length. And I'm going to actually go down to here because there's some new laterals growing right there. These will go into the bleach water solution. Let's talk about this bloom here. So it is pretty darn cute. I like the coloring. The center again is almost popping, so it probably would have been best to cut last night. We have our leaves, and I do have a little powdery mildew. It's mid-September. We're fighting that already, and we have a nice long stem. Let's pull off these bottom leaves, and you can kind of see right here where I've disbudded all the way down there. Let's see if I can get that in focus a little bit better. Yeah, so we're just going to pull it down. Again, I've disbudded here. Pull it down. And all we're left with these two right here. And you can see there's no bug damage. It's a nice, pretty bloom. Okay, so now we're at a stage where we're gonna cut this dahlia. This is Copper's Boy. It still has some more center to go, but it's perfect for a vase. The stem is nice and straight. And I'm gonna think about my vase. It's probably gonna be about 10 to 12 inches tall. So I want to be 1.5 inches taller for my stem, and I can cut it down if I need to. So I think this is about to my vase, and I'm going to go down a little bit more, and I'm going to take it right above the growth spot. Let's see how well you can see this. So I got my bloom, and then my long stem. And before I put this in water, I'm going to strip off this bottom set of leaves. And how I do that is I just pull them down. Pull it down. Why do you want to cut so deep? Well, it's healthy for the plant. The plant will send out really great side shoots, and you won't have to worry about being top heavy. Also, another thing is to cut first thing in the morning when the plant has been hydrated. So I hydrate at 6 and 8, and I cut shortly after. Guys, let's cut one more. This is Alan's Smoky Sky. I've already kind of released the bag to be able to pull that off. Just going to put it over here for right now. This is a beautiful, beautiful stem. It's nice and tall and straight. And I'm going to look, let's look down here. So I can tilt you down a little bit more. It is nice and straight and strong, and there's no growth point right there, so I'm going to cut right above that right there, and then I'm just going to remove those leaves. So this is showcased. It is something else, isn't it, guys? It was a last minute decision to purchase this one. It wasn't on my radar. See how the petals flow upward? I'll be saving tubers of this one next year. Just because it's fun. It's different. It looks like the center still has a little bit more to go, but not much. So what I mean by that is that there's still some more petals right here, but then it will be open. So we got this at the right time. Alright friends, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video on how we cut our dahlia stems to enjoy in our vases. And I hope you learned something. One thing I didn't know last year is that you're supposed to disbud and clean your scissors. I know. So adding organza bags, cleaning your scissors, disbudding, and removing those bottom leaves are going to make your beauties really shine. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye guys.